Time for our Honda starting goalies. Antti Niemi riding a personal 5-game winning streak and coming off that 29-save shutout against Nashville here last Saturday night. Down at the other end is 28-year-old Ben Scrivens. He was the first star and winning goalie when Edmonton beat the Sharks back on December 7th up in Alberta. Todd McLellan boasts a pretty impressive record in his career as Sharks coach against Edmonton, 19 wins. And Todd Nelson, up from Oklahoma City in the American League, that's the top development franchise for the Oilers, is now the interim head coach, assisted on the bench by the Oilers general manager, Craig MacTavish. And we are underway. The Sharks and the Oilers on this Thursday night in the Bay Area. We're glad you're along with us for NHL hockey here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Justin Braun for the Sharks to Tommy Wingels. Scrivens pushing it to the side. Now Wingels trying to find Logan Couture in the slot, but that bounces away to Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Vlasic shaken up in the first period when these teams last met, and that was the first game of this homestand. Oddly, Sharks getting Edmonton twice within a 5-game span here in this stretch of games at home. But Vlasic, after missing the rest of that game and one more, was able to bounce back and is out there tonight with Justin Braun. Now Brent Burns paired defensively with Brendan Dillon sends it ahead. Barclay Goodrow trying to get to it, can't. Now Dillon from the left point. That's blocked, and David Perron now trying to catch a pass at center. That'll get away to Brent Burns, but he gave it right back to Jordan Eberle off his stick. Now it is Justin Schultz. Had it, lost it, now into the corner Dillon, and back around to Burns.
Well, the Sharks know, Randy, that they're playing better and are a better hockey team, but they also know that they've lost to the Oilers. The one time this Oiler team has beaten a Western Conference team. So after this break, San Jose, they want to get all 4 lines rolling here early in the first period, get a couple of hits in, get their legs going.
Joe Thornton, the pass, and back to Thornton from Hurdle. Here's Pavelski with a shot, and Ben Scrivens with the save. Best chance of the game so far as we look at our Xfinity starting lines. And Todd McLellan just tweaking things a little bit on his 4th line here tonight, with John Scott getting in on the left wing, and the rest of it pretty much the same as what we saw last Saturday night. Not playing for the Sharks tonight, Ty McGinn, Mirko Mueller, and Matt Irwin. Now Mark Fane for Edmonton. Oilers come in with 20 points. They started the day in 29th place in the league, but Carolina beat Toronto earlier tonight, and that moved the Hurricanes above the Oilers in the overall standings. As you see Edmonton's lineup reveal at the top of your screen, they get a couple of injured players back into their lineup tonight. Oscar Klefbom and Boyd Gordon.
We'll keep an eye on Gordon. He's a 4th-line player, but very good on faceoffs, good penalty killer.
Thornton for Pavelski behind the net. Now Scott Hannon has a look, watched by Pinizzato for Edmonton. Chance at the side for Hurdle on a feed from Thornton. And the Oilers are able to get it back to center ice as it's dumped in by Matt Hendricks. Hannon trying to protect it there. Mark Arcobello on the forecheck. Almost got it away. Now the Sharks break out. It's Couture's line with Marleau and Wingels. Good stick there by the Oilers. That's number 59, Brad Hunt, up from Oklahoma City. And of course, with so many players having done time in the minor leagues in Oklahoma City, Todd Nelson very familiar with a very big part of this lineup, Jamie.
Yeah, and he's an interim head coach. That's what the GM Craig MacTavish has said. But he knows these players. He's worked with a lot of them down at Oklahoma City. The big thing he's talking about is regaining some confidence. It's going to take some wins to do that.
Wingels across for Marleau, and Jeff Petrie able to get it away. Conventional wisdom around the league is that Nelson won't be back as head coach of the Oilers next year, but you never know. If they're able to get on track here for the rest of the season under him, he may get a good hard look when the Oilers decide to hire a permanent new head coach. Time for Lex's keys to the game.
Well, the first key tonight is there's no excuses. The Sharks need to take the Oilers and take them down. And the second key tonight is key number 1. The San Jose Sharks are a better hockey team. They've been playing better. They're rested. Not only should they beat the Oilers team, if they play their game, they should win by 3 or 4 games. This is a very, very fragile, mentally challenged hockey team right now, the Edmonton Oilers. They don't play with a lot of confidence. They're struggling scoring. San Jose just has to go and play the way, as Vlasic said, they did against Nashville.
And therein lies the beauty of what we do and all enjoy. What's supposed to happen doesn't always happen.
You know, I was thinking, well, the first key tonight could be, get into the game. I'm like, you know what, just go. They've already lost to them. The only loss only win Edmonton's had, San Jose, go take it to them. Give them a good licking here tonight. Send them all for Christmas.
Dillon shoveling it back behind the net. Eberle pops one out into a dangerous area, but Perron couldn't get there. And now James Shepherd across the ice sends it into the zone. Nice power move by the Sharks centerman. Rimming it around far side. Wanted Barclay Goodrow. That's broken up. And Justin Schultz will wheel it back to this side. Nail Yakubov there. He has a goal against the Sharks this season, Yakubov, but he has only 4 on the year as the Oilers had been so goal challenged and, of course, defensively struggled too. A save by Niemi, and then it came out. And now the Sharks trying to get it cleared. Melker Karlsson having trouble on the boards there with Brad Hunt. Now played up the boards by Leon Draisaitl, but Shepherd will get it back and send it deep into Edmonton territory.
2 smart plays by Shepherd on this shift. The start of shift and near the end of it here. Both of them in the neutral zone, getting pucks deep into the offensive zone, keeping it simple early in the game.
Shepherd, a good game last Saturday, 47% on draws, 5 hits and 4 shots as well, as that continues to look like a very solid group right now amidst the Sharks' injury problems, with Goodrow on the left wing, Karlsson on the right, and Shepherd in the middle.
Steve Pinizzato down here at ice level, having some words with Desjardins, maybe a little carryover from last game.
Shot there, and a save by Niemi off Hendricks. Oilers trying to keep it in. Justin Braun banks it around for John Scott. Scott on this line with Chris Tierney and Andrew Desjardins. Desjardins gets a piece of Pinizzato there. And now Pinizzato will head to the Edmonton bench. Desjardins similarly for the Sharks.
Well, remember there was a big hit by Desjardins on Gazdic last game, and then there's some words on the bench. Gazdic's not playing tonight. Obviously Pinizzato's picking up for Gazdic in that spot.
Here's Dillon now for the Sharks. Sends it in from just across center ice. Played up for Taylor Hall. Paying the price back there was Mark Fayne, who got popped by Wingle. Nugent Hopkins looking for it. He has a hold of Burns. Now Hall hasn't scored a goal in 10 games, Taylor Hall. Gets it back around to Nugent Hopkins. Petrie from the point. It's Hall again, number 4. From the wing, a shot, or maybe a hard pass deflected away by Burns. Back to the front and through the Sharks' crease, all the way to Patrick Marleau. Now Marleau with Couture and Wingles. Marleau, Couture, look for Wingles. Nugent Hopkins on the back check, broke it up.
Yeah, that's a good back check by Nugent Hopkins. Probably the most consistent forward for the Edmonton Oilers this year. Nice reaction from Couture down here on the bench as he comes off, kind of gave a little shrug to himself. He knew he just missed that backhand pass.
Nugent Hopkins scored Edmonton's only goal in that 2-1 overtime loss in Arizona on Tuesday. That was his 49th career goal. Of course, Nugent Hopkins only 21 years of age, but certainly a big part of the Oilers going forward, you would think. Shepherd for Goodrow, but he's outnumbered on the board. With help from Shepherd, gets it back.
I say you would think, and I'm like, I'm not sure where this organization is headed moving forward.
Goodrow in front. He had Karlsson. The hard pass went all the way through.
Just good north-south hockey again by this third line. Keep lauding how well they're playing, and rightfully so.
Sharks are still without Matt Nieto, Mike Brown, and Tyler Kennedy, all on injured reserve, along with long-term injured reserve Rafi Torres. We'll be back here at SAP Center. How both these teams play in the NHL's Pacific Division, so let's look at the standings. Anaheim, they're leading 2-1 in Montreal right now, and if they go on to win that game, they'll have 49 points, but the Sharks are now third in the division, and that's key because the top 3 are guaranteed playoff spots, and they can thank Calgary's slump for that. The Flames have lost 6 in a row while the Sharks have gotten hot.
It's almost like a 4-team race, Vancouver, San Jose, LA, Calgary for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Anaheim taking off, as they did last year. Arizona and Edmonton sitting in 6th and 7th. far behind the other team. Sorry.
Sharks 7 of 8 overall, 3 in a row, and 6 in a row on home ice. Of course, the Sharks had their troubles in the early part of the season here at SAP Center. They went 2-4-2 in their first 8 home games, but now they've won 6 straight.
You know, it was 2.5 weeks ago, Tommy Wingle said that it was time for the San Jose Sharks team to get on a run. They've done it in the years past. He says, we have the players here to do it. We have the confidence to do it. We just need to go do it. And that's exactly what's happened. It's their actions have, spoken louder than their words the last few weeks. They've been playing the best hockey that they've played all season long. It's fun to watch.
Joe Pavelski made some comments, too, in a similar vein, talking about these great fans here at SAP Center, and it's the responsibility of the players to entertain them, and no better way to entertain your home fans than winning.
They've been doing that. They've been scoring some pretty goals, but I just like the way they're playing north-south hockey. They've been banging, getting contributions from the third and fourth lines as we get an icing on the down here at ice level.
And been getting goaltending. And that's always, at the end of the day, going to be a huge measuring stick for any team. And Niemi, as we said, he's now won 5 in a row personally. Was very good here on Saturday night, especially in the third period. 18 saves, as you see Alex Stalock, who's the backup goaltender for the Sharks tonight.
I think Niemi feeds off when this team plays well. He's been making big saves at the right time.
Off hurdle, stick it out, and now Petrie will send it across to the Oilers' captain, Andrew Ference. Edmonton has lost 6 in a row on the road. And that included that game here to start this homestand when they lost 5-2. Nice chance there for Hall, but he was a little handcuffed on that pass to his backhand side. Nugent Hopkins working on Marleau out of the corner. Now to Dillon, and he'll backhand it to this side, but Ference will keep it deep for the Oilers. Now to Taylor Hall at the point, looking for a tip from Nugent Hopkins, who couldn't make contact with the puck. Couture back to center to Dillon coming out of the defense. Dillon, and that's tipped by Couture, comes back out front, a scramble, and Dillon wheels it back over to Burns. Wingles directs it toward Marleau, now back up top. Quick D-to-D pass. Dillon, the shot from Couture, loose puck, still free, and now picked up by the Oilers and cleared to center.
Good job there by Logan Couture coming up high, supporting the defense and getting a decent scoring chance.
Sharks changing on the fly. Draisaitl for Edmonton sends it to the wing, and it's cleared away by Marc-Edouard Vlasic off the stick of Tyler Pitlick. A wrist shot by Barclay Goodrow, and that is blocked. Goodrow will remember that game against the Oilers here to start the homestand. That's the game in which he scored his first NHL goal.
Carlson will remember it. His first NHL game.
Schultz shot kicked out by Niemi. And now Carlson, who also got his first point in that game, the assist on Goodrow's goal. Sending it in, Shepard back there against Schultz. No score, we're live in the first period. Halfway in, Sharks and Edmonton Oilers for the third time this season. Teams even up in the season series in a win each.
Sharks have played Edmonton here 3 times in the span of a couple of weeks. They're about to do it with their next opponent, St. Louis. 3 of the Sharks' next 9 games are against the St. Louis Blues.
And that is a different opponent.
Yes.
Here's Tennyson on to Desjardins. Can't pull the trigger as he got in around the defenseman Klefbom. Now Desjardins works behind the net. Switching up with Tierney. Nice play. But his pass blocked at the side of the net. Back out top for Tennyson. And that is blocked. Hendricks getting in the way of that as Desjardins has it again back to Scott Hannon.
Good read by Scotty Hannon in the offensive zone. It's such a subtle little play. He thought about pinching. It was a 50-50. You can't pinch on a 50-50. He knows that. He backs up. No harm, no foul. Just good hockey sense and anticipation by Scotty Hannon.
Good pace to the first period here. 3 shots apiece. A scoreless game.
I thought Edmonton played well. I caught the latter half of their game against Arizona, and they played pretty well. They're trying to play smart. They're not trying to play racehorse hockey end-to-end, even though they've been struggling scoring goals.
It's one thing when your coach is fired and you have a new coach on the bench, but when your general manager is also on the bench, I'm thinking that gets the players' attention.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's there. He's trying to get a vibe of what's going on in the locker room. I know he goes to every practice. He's around all the time, but it's different when you're around the locker room and you're on the bench during games.
Burns Trying to keep it away from Teddy Purcell. Does. Gets it up the boards. Couture tried to catch it as he was skating through the neutral zone. Couldn't. Now a chance for the Oilers. Purcell, a little toe drag move against Burns. And now Burns shoves Purcell to the ice. Wingels crossing center ice with Marleau. And now Wingels runs out of real estate as Petrie sends it back to Ferris.
San Jose 12 minutes into this game. See if they start getting their legs and they can start getting some more offensive zone time.
Braun, an open look, and it's off the goal post. Here's Couture. He'll catch it, wrist it to the net, and Scrivens with the bad save. Back to Wingels. The push on here, and Couture's shot deflect off Ferens. Taylor Hall trying to get it out, and he just did.
Good back check twice right there by Patty Marleau.
Braun again. And now something going on at the bench as they change up. Punches being thrown as the linesman's there. Meanwhile, play continues up the ice. And Thornton up to center comes Edmonton's Nail Yakupov.
Down here at ice level, a conclave of players right in front of me. They couldn't get off. They were kind of jammed each other. The linesman was caught. Purcell and Wingels had some words.
Out of the corner, Pitlick to Yakupov. Now to Pitlick, the one-timer in the Emmy with his best save so far. Thornton slips through the check of Yakupov to center for Desjardins with the Sharks changing on the fly.
That's a good change right there by the Sharks, and Desjardins didn't turn that puck over in the neutral zone, allowing Thornton and Hurdle to come off and get the other two players on the fourth line out on the ice.
Up the boards by Burns, but intercepted. And a nice shot by Pinizzotto, just missed. Mark Arcobello for Edmonton, trying to get it to the point, but it comes out. Hunt slaps it back in. Now Arcobello, that'll deflect wide of the Sharks' net. And Dillon takes a big hit to make that play. He got drilled by Matt Hendricks. Hunt to the net, blocked by Burns. John Scott will place it off the boards, looking for Chris Tierney. Schultz is there in time for Edmonton.
And some more words here between John Scott and Desjardins. We might get something going here. Yep, Pinizzotto and John Scott having some words. We'll keep an eye on this as the game continues.
Steal by Couture. Here's Marleau for Burns. Takes it off the skate. Shoots, and it's saved by Scrivens. Well, Ben Scrivens has come up with a couple of big stops here in the first period, too. And had some good fortune as well with a shot that went off the goalpost behind him. Boyd Gordon, a good steal as Wingels tried to play that across the ice. And now Ferrin sends it back to the Oilers.
Some of the Sharks haven't played in a few games. This is actually good. Some of these hits and some of the animosity right around the bench area gets the Sharks emotionally engaged into this game.
Chance here for Edmonton, and they score on the backhand through the wickets. And it's 1-0 Edmonton. Boyd Gordon with the goal.
Well, the Oilers have not scored the first goal much this year, only 11 times. This is the 12th. And Gordon just gets a clean lane, and that's one that Niemi would love to have back. It's a backhand play. It's hard for the goalies to read where someone's going to be shooting the backhand. And as you said, it went right through the wickets of Antti Niemi. Just squeezed underneath that left pad. We get a look from the Prism net cam, and the Oilers take a 1-0 lead.
So Boyd Gordon, who came back after missing 5 straight with a back injury, has his 5th of the year, coming here at 14:43. And the Oilers have the lead. Only the 5th time this year in 33 games that the Oilers have the first goal of the hockey game. So it's 1-0 Edmonton. And now Taylor Hall, but that's offside. Boyd Gordon gets Edmonton off to a good start here tonight. Time for our McDonald's True Stories, talking Sharks goaltender Antti Niemi, who tonight is playing in his 300th NHL game. And this is the list of goalies with the most wins through their first 300 career games among active netminders. And Niemi at 171 is on top, just one better than Ryan Miller.
If he plays another 15 years or so, he might be able to catch Martin Brodeur.
Niemi, like all good goaltenders, has to put that Boyd Gordon goal behind him. I don't mean to throw a pun in there because it did go behind him, but you just can't dwell on the last goal or even the last save. It's all in the moment,
right? Yeah, you got to focus on the moment.
Now Couture to center, trying to get through the defense and almost did. There he gets a shot, but it's just wide. Didn't have the angle to swing it on net. Kept in at the blue line as Vlasic stepped up. And now Ben Scrivens trying to wrist it past Wingels, and he was able to get that accomplished.
Todd McClellan was talking to the team at that last break, and he wasn't yelling at them like he had some directions. I think he wants them to tighten up a little bit, work off each other a little bit more. I think he thought they were getting too spread out.
Teddy Purcell for the Oilers. And now Ference will turn back as both teams are changing on the fly. 1-0 Edmonton on Boyd Gordon's 5th of the year. Here's David Perron. He has 2 against the Sharks this year. And that wrister is wide. Goodrow trying to get by Hunt. They crash into one another. Gordon back there. So is Shepherd. Tries to get a backhander on net. Everly for Edmonton. And Perron can't steer it out.
Give Edmonton credit. They're playing a pretty structured game right now. I think there's something to be said. Is the new coach on the bench. The GM is on the bench. They're all feeling the pressure. There's been rumors about possibly Taylor Hall being on the trade block.
Well, in all honesty, who could possibly be safe on this Edmonton roster as far as you saying, we absolutely aren't going to trade him? I would say about the only thing that's safe right now is they won't trade their first-round draft pick.
Exactly.
Hendricks trying to get it to the net. Check by Tennyson. Thornton gets the puck flat and over to Scott Hannon.
They will be the Edmonton Oilers next year. They will be moving into a new arena. But that's about all we can say for sure. The way this team has been going for the last, 6-7 years.
7 coaches in 7 years. Can you imagine the players who've been around for the majority of that? Leaves your head spinning. You just remember the prior coach's name, and now you got to remember a new one. Braun can't keep it in at the line. And Vlasic back. Up to John Scott. Scott moves it to Oscar Klefbom. It's Klefbom up for Yakupov. He'll dart toward the Shark net. Into a sea of black sweaters, though.
No frustration right now or panic on the Sharks bench. They realize that it's a 60-minute game, lots of time left.
Desjardins a shot, and that deflects off an Oiler wide. John Scott running some good interference ahead of Desjardins, gave him a lane to skate into. Dillon for the Sharks. Knocked down. Here's Desjardins again. Nice move around Klefbom. Back to the inside, and then he lost it. Desjardins got his money's worth finishing his check against Yakupov, who comes back at Desjardins and takes a penalty. Nail Yakupov, an undisciplined penalty in the neutral zone. Sharks will have a power play, but right now they have the puck and the Emmy out of the net.
Some high fives for Desjardins as he comes to the bench, drawing that penalty.
And he drew it right at the end of his shift. Finished his check, and Yakupov didn't like it. Sharks will have a power play when we come back. It was just a week ago this past Tuesday that the Oilers were here, and this game had an edge to it, Jamie.
Well, it started off with a clean hit, a hard hit, and Gazdic, who's not in the lineup tonight, didn't like it, took exception to that hit by Desjardins, wanted to fight him, and John Scott stepped in and had some words. There's some words going to the bench. And John Scott, the Godfather, came in, settled down over there. And tonight, Desjardins back at it again. I guess this Oiler team remembers, and that's a bad penalty by Yakupov. And taking the temperature down here on the benches, there's been a couple of instances where there's been some pushing and shoving going off. They've had some words, not like last game, but these two teams don't like each other. Not a surprise. It was only a week and a half ago. They played back-to-back games. This is the 3rd game in 2 weeks. You got a desperate team. You got a team that wants to move up and be second place in the Pacific standings. There's no love lost between the Oilers and the Sharks.
Familiarity breeds contempt. Sharks on a Cache Creek power play with Nail Yakupov in the box for interference at 18:22. And the Sharks power play is a good one right now. Ranked 5th in the NHL at 24%.
I talked to Todd McClellan about Burns back there on the point and his ability to release the puck so quickly, and it's such a hard shot. I said, does it expand the defense? Does it open up the slot area? He says, absolutely. Teams are coming out. We're seeing some different looks in the offensive zone.
Here's Thornton now. Back to Burns, and the save by Scrivens. The puck underneath him. It's loose. A scramble around the Edmonton net, and it's cleared.
You know, he goes back to Dan Boyle. Boyle was an awesome player and, you know, was the quarterback for so many years here of the power play. But if he got the puck, he had to take a step or two in towards the net to really get a chance to score off the shot. Burns doesn't have to do that.
Now Vlasic at the left point. He'll skate across the line. Tried to backhand it through. Nugent Hopkins with the steal. Breaks in, and Niemi makes the save as Vlasic hustled back as well.
Well, a broken pass from Vlasic, but what a defensive play he just made. Came back and just, like a surgeon, used his stick and didn't allow Nugent Hopkins to get a shot.
Thornton into the zone cleanly to Couture. Down to 20 in the period. Back for Logan. Skates in, shoots, hit a leg. Barons can't get it past Tennyson. He'll take a shot. A glove save by Scrivens. He'll hold for a face-off. 8 seconds left in the period.
Brent Burns, tied for second in the NHL with goals for a defenseman. Quick shot. That puck was rolling, so he didn't get everything on it. Good save by Scrivens. Brent Burns adds a whole nother dimension on the power play. It's not just his shot. He's unpredictable. He's played forward last year. He has no problem sliding down low.
Saturday against Nashville, he was given credit for 2 shots on goal, but he attempted 10, so the rest either missed the net or were blocked.
You know, with the way players get in the lanes now, Randy, some of those shots he's shooting off to the side for tips.
Tennyson up top. There's the Burns one-timer, blocked by Thornton, and that's going to do it for the first period. The Sharks will carry over 22 seconds of power play time. That's what's left on Nail Yakupov's penalty going into the second period. But that's the end of the first here at SAP Center, and the Oilers lead the Sharks 1-0. Coming up on the Ram Intermission Report, Brody Brazil and Curtis Brown standing by, and then Jamie Baker back here to talk to Sharks forward Andrew Desjardins. Look at Christmas in the park here in downtown San Jose. The Oilers leading the Sharks 1-0 as we get ready to start the second period. Time for this date in hockey history, December 18th of 1983. Wayne Gretzky reached 100 points in the Oilers' 35th game of the season that year. That's the fewest team games to 100 points by any player in NHL history, and that's a record that still stands. Gretzky had 37 goals and 63 assists in his first 34 games. Absolutely unbelievable, and especially when you put it up against the leading point getters in the NHL this year. Tyler Seguin leads the NHL. In 30 games, he has 38 points. Wayne Gretzky got to 100 in 34. Obviously a different era, it's a different game, and we are, after all, talking about Wayne Gretzky.
And it's making me feel bad because, like, that was my era. I must have been brutal. The players are so much better defensively now. We couldn't shut guys down like Gretzky. And in reality, I mean, he had 37 goals. Right now, Seguin's got 38 points. Different game. Goalies, the equipment's bigger. It's lighter. They're better. The players have evolved. You know, you don't see a lot of the big enforcer type players. Everybody can skate. They collapse back to the front of the net. It's just it's a different game than it was back then, but that is still an amazing record. And if you look at the difference, 100 to 38 where the leader is now, that's a record we're not going to see broken anytime soon.
Gretzky would end up scoring 200-plus points 4 times in his career. Sharks start their second period on a power play. You saw Nail Yakupov in the penalty box. Right now, Joe Thornton trying to get the puck away from Oscar Klefbom. And Joe Pavelski to Thornton. And now to the point for Brent Burns. Burns, the quick shot tip, and Scrivens made the save. Pavelski with the screen, and I think he got a piece of that Burns shot. Now Yakupov's out of the box, and the Oilers have their first penalty kill of the game. 1-0, Edmonton leads on the Boyd Gordon backhand goal. Here's Burns, and his shot wide. Back to the front of the net, and pinballed off a skate and just missed going in. Vlasic, back to Burns on the board. His backhander, missing the target, but ending up on Thornton's stick. Now Pavelski with a hard, high backhander. Hurdle on the rebound. Scrivens shut the door. Now Hurdle and Pavelski both go down. Puck comes out from underneath the pile. And Jeff Petrie will clear it down for Edmonton as this one skips to Niemi. He's forced to play it and hold it.
Joe Pavelski has scored some nice goals this year, and we've seen a few beauties that are backhands. Here's a Joe Pavelski's shot that just misses the top corner. I don't think Scrivens ever saw it.
Pavelski 7 points in his last 6 games. He had 7 shots on goal against Nashville here last Saturday night.
Bud McClellan talked about catalysts to get this team going tonight. I look at Pavelski, Logan Couture, the guy you can see right now, as catalyst. Tommy Wingels, I see him as a catalyst on this hockey team. Also Vlasic, Burns, Braun. And if they're not, when they're not in the lineup, but Nieto, Brown, Raffi Torres are guys that can change the energy of the game different ways.
This is Jordan Eberle. And he tried to get it to the point. Marleau with the intercept. And now the goal scorer, Boyd Gordon. Tennyson back on it for the Sharks, over to Scott Hannon. Mark Fane trying to jam it up ice. Gets it back from Gordon. Now Fane with the hard shooting. It'll rim to the far side. Tennyson there. He tried to sweep it back and missed. Now he tries to get it to Couture. As intercepted by Yakupov. Nail Yakupov tried the backhander. It wouldn't go. Schultz a shot. And that will go off the glass high. Tennyson getting physical back there against Draisaitl. Draisaitl with his skate up against the puck. Now it's loose. And Hannon cuts in. Tried to send it across for Tommy Wingels. Scott Hannon, one of 4 Sharks drafted players to play in 1,000 NHL games tonight. Brad Stewart joined that list, played his 1,000th NHL game for Colorado.
That's awesome. Way to go, Stewie. Congratulations.
The other 2 are Patrick Marleau, of course, still active and in tonight's game, and Ray Whitney. Sportsnet Central coming up tonight at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Hosts Kelly Johnson and Ahmed Fareed. They'll get reaction from the Sharks dressing room after this one. Jim Harbaugh's future. More on that and Thunder Warrior highlights and reaction all coming up at 10:30.
Well, San Jose, for a post-game reaction, they want to get going here in this second period. Get some momentum, get a goal.
Petrie with the slapper on the rebound. The backhand by Arcobello just high. Strong save there by Niemi. And now John Scott slides it across to Brent Burns. Chris Tierney trying to weave his way in and offside. And a penalty simultaneously. And there'll be a holding call here.
I think that's going to go to Tierney. And indeed it does. San Jose going to be short. San Jose will be shorthanded for the first time this game. There's Tierney trying to establish body position. And you can see his left arm. Watch Tierney right there. He's grabbing the left arm of Ference, pulls him down. The back referee saw it. Tierney heads to the sin bin for a couple of minutes.
And this Oiler power play, which has not been one of their strengths this year, ranked 27th. Sharks penalty kill has been very good of late. They've killed 19 of their last 21. Hunt gets it back from Eberle. Takes his shot, partially blocked by Pavelski, causing it to go wide. And Joe Pavelski will backhand it deep.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins yesterday was talking about how you score goals in the NHL. He goes, you need skill, but what it takes, it comes down to his hard work, getting to the tough areas, showing grit around the net. And they need to do more of that on the power play. That's why a guy like Pavelski has goals. Wingels, Couture there. Where do they score most of the goals? Grit, go to the dirty areas, hard work around the front of the net.
Eberle to Taylor Hall. Back to Jordan Eberle. Now Brad Hunt. Hall on this side. To Nugent-Hopkins. Got the tip they wanted, but Niemi, great reaction. They don't clear it though. From the wing. The shot deflected. Eberle trying to make it 2-0 there, but the Sharks defense and Niemi holding strong.
Now, that was a well-orchestrated scoring chance by the Oilers. Once they got into the offensive zone and set up, it's a shot tip play. It's a set play. Taylor Hall's looking off, and there's the tip from the mid-slot area. A very alert blocker save by Antti Niemi.
Oilers are 1-11-5 in their last 17 games, just the one victory. In that 17-game stretch, here's their top players. Eberle, 3 goals. Hall, only 2. Nugent-Hopkins, 2. Purcell, 2. Yakupov, 2. In the 17-game stretch.
Yeah, it's like get a couple of Q-tips, clean your ears. It's hard to believe.
Petrie to center, and now Perron trying to get it in on this power play that has 45 seconds left.
Those guys are the first power play. First power play is 9.4% the last 13 games. You're not scoring in the power play, so you're not going to have confidence scoring 5-on-5 either.
Draisaitl, and now Marleau, a nice play, and he'll try to catch up to this. Yakupov got back, ran a little interference, and now Jeff Petrie back the other way for Edmonton. Burns interfering with that pass, but Burns broke the stick in the process. Desjardins tried to backhand it out, and he did.
Petrie knew right away. I mean, you got a defenseman with a broken stick out there. You don't want that puck to get to the neutral zone. It's a subtle play, but that's a missed opportunity for Edmonton.
Slapped clear by the Sharks. That'll do it for Tierney's minor. And the Sharks penalty kill. Off to a good start tonight. Stays 1-0.
Yeah, really I think one good scoring chance. That redirect, mid-slot redirect. Niemi with a good save. Sharks back to work, 5-on-5.
Melker Karlsson. That's taken back by Tyler Pitlick. From behind the San Jose net, Brendan Dillon as Klefbom kept it in with his skate. Goodrow, and this time Klefbom couldn't keep it in with the glove. Goodrow, and now deflects to Dillon. He'll gain the zone, leaves it there, and a shot by Goodrow after the pass from Shepherd just wide. Here's Barclay Goodrow. In front, Shepherd scores! Great passing play, and the Sharks tie it up.
Well, the Sharks needed something. First off, they kill a penalty in fine fashion, and then it's the third line out there. It all started in the neutral zone, but then the Sharks get pucks deep. This third line, that's just keeping it simple. Plays down below the net. Got the Scrivens stuck on the goal line, and what a nice look from Shepherd coming in from the high slot behind. All those Oilers, they got a little puck weary staring at it, and Shepherd finds a soft spot. What a play by Karlsson. Great pass by Goodrow. The Sharks' third line not only gets the team on the board, it gets the fans going and changes the momentum of this game here in the second period.
James Shepherd with his 4th goal of the year. He gets off the schneid. He's gone 17 in a row without one. That's a big one to tie it up here. Goodrow and Karlsson get the assist at 5:51. And he gets this crowd into it too, as Thornton throws it at the net, and Ben Scrivens will hold it there. James Shepherd makes it 1-1 here on Comcast Sportsnet California.
The El Camino focus on winning. We're going to keep an eye on the Edmonton Oilers. It's a bad change. Dillon recognizes that, jumps up the play. Roll the video. So Dillon sees there's a bad change. He jumps up. You can see 4 Sharks to 3 Oilers. And that sets things up for the San Jose Sharks in the offensive zone. Dillon's going to step back, a low cycle, and watch Shepherd come right through the slot area. Boom. Simple play, but it starts off with a good read by Brendan Dillon and a bad change by the Oilers. And that's what this Edmonton Oilers team does. At inopportune times, they make a mistake. Boom, it's in their net. Momentum of games change because of it against good teams like the Sharks. They took advantage of them.
The El Camino Hospital focus on winning. 1-1 here in the second period. Coach Thornton's line out on the ice with Tomas Hertl and Joe Pavelski, who just about had a chance there, but it rolled off his stick. Vlasic pursued by Eberle. And Jordan Eberle has it, lost it, and Vlasic will hand it off to Tomas Hertl.
Hertl has some open ice there. I think he's got to start skating, maybe draw one of the Oilers to him before making that pass. That just turns out to be, you're just getting rid of the puck, giving it to the other team in that situation.
Dillon back on after that fine shift that helped lead to the Sharks' goal. Yakupov back for Mark Fane. Draisaitl shadowed by Dillon. Tommy Wingels leaning on the big centerman for the Oilers. Now it's Pitlick. And the one-timer fails to get to the net as Couture has it at center ice. He'll give it across for Dillon. Back for Logan Couture off his skates. Skates in. Shoots. Score! What a goal by Logan Couture!
I don't know what I like better, the goal or the reaction by the coaches, but good zone entry, and Logan Couture just, oh, look at that. Those are some sweet mitts, folks. Puck's out in front of him, over to his forehand, far side top corner, all in one motion. There's a good look from behind the net. Scrivens. Logan's moving to his right. That pulls Scrivens over. Just look at, oh, that is beautiful to watch. That's something you work on in practice right there. Great hands. His 13th of the year. He's got a little smile. He likes it. He knows. That's a highlight reel goal right there, folks. Sharks up 2-1.
Brendan Dillon gets the only assist. And the Sharks take the lead here in the second period. On goals by Shepard and then Logan Couture.
From forward, Dillon at 7:36.
One bad change, and 3-4 minutes later, the Sharks are up 2-1. That is what is ailing this Oilers team. Game in, game out. They're making mistakes at the wrong time, and veteran teams capitalize.
A minute 45 between the two goals as the Sharks step on the gas and now have the lead.
This is where killer instinct from the Sharks has to come into play right now. You've got an Oiler team that is, it could be momentum, but it could be just, you want to get the next goal, and you want to get it as soon as you can. And the morale on this bench on my left, they're looking like they're still poised, but it only takes a couple of them. You don't need all 18 to start bowing their heads down. I mean, if you can get to 3 or 4 and your team's got 18 guys going, you've got the advantage. You want them saying, here we go again.
Schultz saved by Niemi. A scramble at the San Jose net. Puck's loose. It's in the net. The game is tied again. It looks like Steve Pinizzato may have been the last Oiler to touch it.
And that is the opposite of killer instinct. When you talk about hope and worry, you had another team that was beginning to worry and looking up at the clock. Now they're looking up and saying, we're right back in this. Pinizzato, we talked a lot about him in the first period. He was mixing it up with Andrew Desjardins. He just goes to the front of the net. There's a backhand. There's a couple of Sharks there. And somehow Pinizzato, I mean, we got 5 San Jose Sharks there, but they didn't tie up Pinizzato's stick. He whacked one home underneath Niemi, and we got a 2-2 game.
So just 47 seconds after the Shark goal to give San Jose the lead, the Oilers come right back.
Down here at bench level, I look over the coaching staff, both Jimmy Johnson and Larry Robinson, writing down observations from that last goal.
Now Brad Hunt and Niemi able to find that through traffic and settle things down.
Get a better look here from the over. There's the shot, the rebound, loose puck, body, sticks, and that. Pinizzato, give him credit. He somehow got his stick open, and it goes right there between the wickets. It's the second time that it's gone 5-hole on Niemi, and that's an adjustment he's going to have to make. If he's down there scrambling around, you need to get those pads a little tighter together, a little quicker, take away that bottom part of the net.
Now Goodrow, a self-pass, but Andrew Ference, a seasoned defender, able to handle that. Now Goodrow again down low, working against Boyd Gordon. Shepard, back to Vlasic, didn't have the shot, gives it to his partner Braun. That'll come off the backboards. Ference to Gordon. A chance here for Goodrow, and a save by Scrivens.
Good bounce back shift here from the Sharks' third line. Again.
Now Petrie trying to get to it in time, but Vlasic beat him to the puck. Petrie eventually gets it out here to David Perron. He'll bring it across into Sharks territory. Perron Leading in against Vlasic. Kept him wide. No shot. Perron still with it. On the wing and now to Fane. His wrist shot missed. Perron back down into the corner. Here's Eberle. Walks it out. Niemi the save and the rebound. Nugent Hopkins scores. And the Oilers go ahead 3-2.
That puck was in the net about 2 seconds, and I decided to gander over to my right, looking at the coaches, and they all looked at each other. And you have to wonder if a coaching or a goalie decision is potentially at stake. We take a look from the Prism net cam, and that's a bad rebound and a goalie that was out of position. There's the shot from Eberle. You can see Niemi was not out at the top of the blue paint, square to the shooter. He's almost moving a little bit, ever so slightly to his right. He fought it off, but you leave rebounds right in front of the net. That's an easy goal for the Edmonton Oilers.
So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scores his 9th of the season and his 2nd in as many nights as he had their only goal on Tuesday in Arizona. And the Oilers have the lead back. Back and forth we go here at SAP Center on this Thursday night. 3-2 Edmonton.
This is not what the Sharks wanted. I mean, this is a team, the Oilers, they've got 18 goals in their last 13 games. That's it. They've been struggling scoring.
Goal of the season.
Taylor Hall now. Cross ice. Good read by Hertl to break it up, but then didn't get it out. Eberle and Perron got the assists on the Nugent-Hopkins goal. 2 goals in a minute 36 for the Oilers. Coming quickly in bunches here in the second period. Just past the halfway mark. And 4 of the game's 5 goals have been here in the second. Scrivens off to Ference. Yakupov pulls it away from pressure. Now goes across to Petrie.
Well, an observation from the bench. The Sharks they're not rattled at all. I mean, I've looked up at the clock. They know there's a lot of time left. But I don't think they're happy about the situation either. I think they thought they were taking control of this game, and now they're right back where they started, down 1, coming into this period.
Here's a one-timer from the high slot. A turnaround shot blocked. As Pitlick had a chance for a 4th Oiler goal there. Now Goodrow cuts in front of the defenseman Hunt, but he held his ground and Goodrow couldn't get through to the puck. Carlson for Shepard. James Shepard leaves it behind the net for Carlson. Couldn't control it.
And half the bench here, Sharks players all yelled for a hold against Edmonton on Goodrow down there.
Shepard again. Into that little quiet area you talk about, but John Scott couldn't pick it up. Now Shepard with Scott right there as well. Desjardins behind the net. On the wing, a shot, and that deflected just wide as Braun stepped into one.
Now the 3rd and 4th lines are using just that. They're Braun. They're just physically stronger than the Oilers, winning battles down low. And because of it, they're getting some offensive zone time and some scoring chances.
A clear for the Oilers. Vlasic trying to get it back up ice. And it'll come to Niemi behind his net. 3 Oiler goals on 17 shots. And they lead it here 3-2 in the second period. Scott. Jordan couldn't get to it. And Burns now back for Brendan Dillon. Andrew Desjardins, the tight turn, then he lost the puck. Played ahead by Hendricks. Now Tierney gets it going the right way. Kane slowed down by Scott. Hendricks to this side. Activating for the puck is Clefbaum. Hendricks bumped by Couture. As Burns will get it to Patrick Marleau. Can't get down the wing.
You know, our money, that's 2 good shifts in a row there for the San Jose Sharks. And it was the 3rd and 4th lines trying to reestablish some momentum here in the second period.
Burns and Wingles. Back out from Perron. Marleau. Here's Couture. And he's taken to the boards hard by Klefbom. Fane behind the Edmonton net. He'll get it to Klefbom, and Klefbom can't clear it. Picked up by Marleau. On the boards to Wingle. Now Hannon loads up. Couture back for Scott Hannon again. Penalty coming up to the Oilers. Couture to the net. Nobody on the far side. Perron will control it. We get the penalty against the Oilers, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gives Edmonton the lead. Well, it's another Authentic Fan Thursday. Fans tonight received an Authentic Fan scarf and a cheer card. Sit in our section every Thursday to get authentic Sharks gear.
You know, if they're getting scarves, and I love mittens and scarves, also known as warm fuzzies, I get a scarf too. Why wouldn't I down here at ice level? It's a little chilly after the Oilers took a 3-2 lead, so I kind of warmed myself up a little bit.
That's a very handsome look.
Yeah, it's nice.
It may breed a brand new Twitter feed at NHL Scarfs.
Meanwhile, Sharks with 3 or 4 good shifts in a row down in the offensive zone. They end up drawing a high sticking penalty to Klefbom, who's back in the lineup. Sharks' second power play of the game. They got an opportunity to tie this thing up.
The Oilers with 3 goals. That's the first time they've scored 3 in a game in their last 9 in a row. As Burns' shot is saved by Scrivens.
That's all right.
14 games total that the Oilers have gone with just once having 3 goals before tonight.
And the Sharks know the task at hand. There's different ways you're going to win. They had a little bit of a letdown. I think Niemi has to play better. I mean, even goalies can be a little bit rusty. He's getting shots in practice, but it's not like real-life games where there's a rebound and guys are really hacking and whacking. I mean, they're working on different things, so he has to make some adjustments. San Jose's going to have to... Well, the goalies bail the players out all the time. Sometimes the players have to go ahead and bail goalies out with a few extra goals per game, and that's the case here tonight.
To Edmonton territory, Brent Burns only to lose it. Niemi came out, but Pavelski calls him off. And the Sharks regrouping in their own end here on the power play. 5 minutes to go in the period. 3-2 Edmonton lead. Thornton to Burns. And back up top, Pavelski. Logan Couture. And that's blocked. To the corner, Marleau. And now Couture protecting it against Hendricks. Down to Patrick Marleau. Thornton moving as he passes that puck. Deflected off Mark Fane sticking down.
Yeah, good stick there in this mid-slot area by Fane. Now as Thornton tried to throw it out to Burns. Burns actually was down low for most of that power play in the offensive zone. It was Couture and Pavelski up on the blue line.
Now Matt Tennyson. He'll get after it against Petrie. Works it over to Tomas Hertl. Hertl waiting, goes back to Vlasic with it. And now Tennyson. Wingle's in front, so is Shepard. Pass off the mark to Hertl, takes it off the boards. They're looking high. Tennyson. And that was a bouncer off the deflection. Wingle's behind the net. Shepard in to help out. Vlasic again. Back to Hertl. Now the passing play, and Hertl gets the shot, but he scoops it wide.
Good give and go. A patient power play unit gets a good look just as the penalty was about to expire, and Hertl just missed the net.
Just the one shot on goal on that power play. Sharks 0 for 2 with the man advantage, trailing this game by a goal. Here's one fired high by Braun. Taylor Hall tracks it down in his own zone. Braun gets it back at the point. This will go wide, comes off the backboards. After it is Melker Karlsson, number 68 for the Sharks. Braun activates. Here's Goodrow. Barclay Goodrow trying to protect it against Petrie. Chips it up top. Braun gets it flat and over to Dillon. From the wing and back for Braun. He's got a look, takes the shot, saved. And the rebound controlled by Taylor Hall. He's got a 3-on-2. Everly across for Perron. Perron shakes off Dillon. And a good stick there by Justin Braun, but it drops for Perron again to Hall in the corner. Taylor Hall takes the shot from the angle. That'll deflect and come right in front of the net on the San Jose goal crease. Carlson gets it deep. He'll peel off on a line change as we come up on 2 minutes left here in the second period. Niemi. And stolen by Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl to the front of the net. Feign a shot, Niemi to save. Draisaitl again for Pitlick. Yakupov with the shot. Niemi to save. Back to him again and another stop.
Well, there was a couple of good saves by Niemi.
Yakupov again. Leaned on by Wingels. Shakes him off. Has some help back there as well. Draisaitl running a pick for him. Here's Draisaitl. Hannon gets it away from him, but Everly's there. Ference from the point, saved by Niemi. And the rebound now to Patrick Marleau and across for Hannon. He'll send it in as the Sharks change up.
The Sharks are coming through the neutral zone when all the players were gassed. They were at the end of their shift.
Here's Everly again. And he lost the puck at the line. Hurdle for Pavelski. Back across. Burns. Saved by Scrivens. Burns again. Shoots. Scrivens the save. He'll hold it. The Sharks trying to get it tied again. 3-2. Edmonton leads.
We see 3 San Jose Sharks attacking the offensive zone. Little outnumbered situation on the far side. We're going to stop it right there. And there's the pass coming all the way across to Burns, who's coming in late. And he gets a great look. And great save. But good zone entry from the San Jose Sharks leads to a couple of good scoring chances.
Todd McClellan and the Sharks with 41 seconds to work with here in the remainder of this second period. That was our Ford Wright choice. And now the face-off in the Oilers zone. Pavelski standing in against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Pavelski wins the draw. Vlasic shoots, tipped in front by Hurdle. Burns battling at the blue line, but it's out. Taylor Hall trying to keep it for the Oilers. Thornton trying to get it away from Feign. And now Niemi will leave it back there for Burns. He had to get rid of it in a hurry. Joe Thornton crossing center ice, down to 14 seconds left. Burns wants Hurdle up at the blue line. Hall will send it in behind the Sharks net, and the Oilers are going to go to the dressing room with a lead heading into the third period. A 4-goal second period. Shepard and Couture for the Sharks, Pinizzato and Nugent-Hopkins for Edmonton. That's the end of the second period. It's the Oilers 3 and the Sharks 2.
Sharks Hockey on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
With assistant coach Jimmy Johnson. Looks like you guys regained the momentum, took a 2-1 lead. Couple of quick goals by Edmonton. What do you guys have to do to push back here in the third?
Well, it's going to be one in the blue paint. We've already seen that. Defensively, we got to be a little bit better down around our blue paint. But we got to get pucks down in that area because we haven't had too many second chance opportunities. But we got to be stronger in the blue paint. But we got to get pucks there to create those second chances.
It looks like they're stacking a little bit in the neutral zone. They don't want you guys to have clean zone entries. What do you do in that situation?
Well, we got to have support and chip behind them and get on it with the support and speed. If we do that and then create second shots to the net, we'll get those second chances. Anything low to high might work also.
All right, good luck in the third.
Our thanks to Jim Johnson, Sharks assistant coach. Well, here's your goal differentials by period. In the third, the Sharks are even, while Edmonton is a -3 goal differential-wise in the third. Logan Couture stands at center ice. This year when they lead after 2, the Oilers are 4-0-2. Sharks when they trail after 2. Not bad, 5-2-1. They've come from behind on a number of occasions. That's what they're endeavoring to do right now. As Ben Scrivens hands it off for Oscar Klefbom. Puck bouncing to Taylor Hall. We'll get a break from the Oilers now. After these 3 games in fairly rapid succession, the teams won't meet until February 2nd. Although lately it seemed like Groundhog Day because these teams have played so often. Twice on this homestand. Hall sends it in, but Eberle's offside.
Well, San Jose's had ample time to practice and be ready, so the fatigue is not going to be an issue here for the Sharks tonight. I talked to Todd McClellan at length yesterday about the practices this week. On Monday was a work day. They did a lot of things they don't typically do. 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s, 4-on-4s, D-zone, neutral zone favors, face-offs. Tuesday, PK, defensive zone coverage and breakouts. Yesterday was more of a flow. So a work day, a structure day, and a flow day.
Eberle, that got through to the net. Niemi with the stop. And now a late hit there on Carlson, but they're going to let Ference get away with it. Sharks wanted an interference call there. Now Andrew Ference for Edmonton as they go about trying to protect this third period lead.
Well, one thing, and I know this back when I played with the Ottawa Senators the first year they were in the NHL, we only had 11 wins that year. And even when you're leading, you're looking up at the clock. It takes forever when you're struggling in a slump. Just keep an eye on this Oilers bench here in the third period to see how their morale is and their confidence level.
Well, to give you an idea of what an offensive explosion this is, wait a moment here as Hertl handles it into the corner. He's checked there by Petrie, comes around to Thornton. Thornton trying to maneuver around the referee, Paul Dvorsky. Braun with a shot. That went off an Oilers stick wide. Marc-Edouard Vlasic for Thornton. In front and comes back out to Nugent Hopkins. Kept in by Braun. It's Hertl behind the net. Shovels it over to Thornton. Leaves it for Pavelski. They cycle it out of the corner. Pavelski for Braun. In front and a save by Scrivens. Hertl screening, but he never deflected it.
Now, as Jimmy Johnson said, the Sharks want to get more pucks and more bodies down near that blue paint. He had a couple of instances there. Couldn't get the handle on it.
Jennison chasing back. Going into tonight, the Oilers had scored just 1 goal in their prior 2 games and 4 in their prior 12 periods combined. 3 here tonight. And we're just early here into the third. So a big offensive bounce-back game for the Oilers. You know how bad it's been going when 3's a lot. As Scrivens hands it off to Ference. Draisaitl for Kane. And Marleau takes it and comes up ice for the Sharks. Moves his way past Pinazzato. Now set in. Scrivens way out. Sharks overload that far side. Tierney gets the puck. Wanted to Chardon.
The Sharks are going to have to dump and chase in this period. As talked about with Jimmy Johnson. Edmonton getting 4 guys back in the neutral zone.
Scott shot. That hit Scrivens' glove. Burns up with the high catch. And now Dillon. So far, best game as a Shark for Brendan Dillon. He's been solid tonight.
He and Burns have been plus or even in the last 7 games. And that trend looks like it's going to continue tonight.
Perron hands it off. And this is Brad Hunt.
Well, the one thing Edmonton is going to not do this period is try and open it up and play racehorse hockey end-to-end, trading chances.
Eberle through center ice. Slowed down by Braun. David Perron looks up top. Nice move there. And a save by Niemi off Schultz as he danced his way to the San Jose net. A high touch called here. Well, Comcast Sportsnet California is going to air the 2014 CIF State Football Championship Bowl games tomorrow and Saturday. They are live from StubHub Center in Carson, down in Southern California. Here's your schedule. Folsom in the Division I Championship tomorrow night. Then Saturday, all Bay Area teams, Campo Lindo from Moraga and Clayton Valley and De La Salle from Concord in action. All of that here on Comcast Sportsnet California. 4.5 gone here in the third period as Tommy Wingle sends it into Oiler territory against Justin Schultz, who just made that nice play for the Oilers, resulting in a scoring chance for them.
He did the last thing, did that similar play last game against Arizona and had the same result, just missed. Showing on some nice play though.
Nugent Hopkins trying to set the table for Taylor Hall. Wingle's in and gets it back off Buttbaum's stick. This is Purcell for Edmonton. And he'll dump and chain.
He took a look back, realized no one was coming with him, made a smart play. Purcell did in the neutral zone, just got the puck deep.
Andrew Ferris back on it for the Oilers. Stolen by Thornton. And now Pavelski. Hurdle in front, can't reach the pass. Perron back to center. Hurdle there on the back check with help from Hannon. They get it back.
The Sharks forwards down low below the goal and are trying to find the guy in the slot. They should heed some advice from Jimmy Johnson and try and go to the defenseman low to high, get some shots from up there to the net.
Well, if you have a Sharks fan on your holiday list, why not get them a Sharks holiday pack? It includes tickets to 4 games, and you get the Stadium Series game at Levi's Stadium, plus a Sharks long sleeve shirt and a beanie. Go to sjsharks.com/holiday pack for all the details. Oilers have been the better face-off team through this game up to this point. They've won 57% of the draws. And now we've got a discussion over on the Oiler bench between referee Mark Jonette and the Oiler coaching staff. And now Jonette over to talk to Todd McClellan.
Oilers 18th in the NHL in face-off percentage. San Jose Sharks 7th. But as you said, the Oilers with the edge here heading into the third period. We're in the first battle of every shift.
Scott for the Sharks. And Hendrick sends it back across to Pinizzato for the Oilers. Pinizzato, one of the Oiler goals, the goal that tied the game at 2. And Nugent Hopkins right now with the difference-making goal in this 1-goal Edmonton lead. Tierney trying to chip it in, but it comes back to the Sharks blue line and beyond. And now Burns got the stick. I guessed as it was broken. No, he just lost the grip on it.
He gets to show off his soccer skills.
Arcabello weaving his way free to get the puck to Taylor Hall. Hall still with it. And now Wingle. He'll give it to Couture. Off the boards, it's Logan Couture with the wrist shot, and Ben Scrivens with the save. 13:21 left here in the third. Still a 1-goal Oiler lead. Well, this past Tuesday, the San Jose Sharks continued with what's become a great tradition. The Adopt a Family party at Sharks Ice of San Jose. All the players, all the staff, all the broadcasters, the coaching staff reaching out and helping some families in need here over the holidays. And it was another terrific event, Jamie.
Oh, man. That's what it's all about right there, folks. Giving back to those in need. Just seeing them out there on the ice with Sharky, having a good dinner, and then getting some gifts. They're all surprised, too. I think they don't realize how much they're getting. And it's probably the best event that the Sharks Foundation holds all year.
I would concur. 40 families will serve a terrific dinner and got a little help here during this holiday period to make their holiday a little brighter. Mark Fane with a slap shot. In the end, he kicks it out. The rebound to the near boards. Buttbaum for Edmonton. Classical chip for Marleau. Touchdown by a goal here at home in the third period against the team with the worst record in the NHL, the Edmonton Oilers, who are going to get a penalty here as David Perron appeared to take a cheap shot there against Patrick Marleau, Jamie?
Yes, it was right in front of the bench. And I had a good look at it. I don't think Marleau ever saw it. The referee did. Wingels comes in, has some words with him, but doesn't overdo it, allowing the Sharks to go on the power play.
Head contact looks to be the call against Perron.
Well, he was on a back check. Perron was. Marleau turned up here in the neutral zone. Here's the shot. There's Marleau. He's looking down, and yeah, you could see the contact. It looked like he got him in the head. The back referee called it right away, and Sharks go on the power play for the third time tonight.
Illegal check to the head to David Perron. It's a 2-minute minor at 7:27. And here you go, a gift-wrapped opportunity to get this game tied.
It starts with the face-off, and for the Sharks, it's puck retrieval in that offensive zone, moving it around. Edmonton's PK, the forwards have been collapsing down low. So the Sharks are going to need at least 3 guys around the front of the net if they want to get a second or third opportunity to go.
Oilers have taken 3 minors in this game, 2 of them completely unnecessary. The Yakupov interference call earlier and this one. But so far the Sharks have not made them pay the price by scoring. Perhaps that'll change here. Couture, his shot saved by Scriven. Now he gets it back from Joe Pavelski. Couture working off the near boards to Burns. Joe Thornton up at the point. Caught by Marleau. Here's Couture, sets up for Burns. Shot not there. Thornton to Couture. In front, deflecting over the goal. Back to Thornton. Pavelski walking in, the backhander. Saved by Scrivens. Thornton's got the puck. He'll go up top to Burns. That's blocked in front of the Oiler net. And cleared.
That is a big-time block shot by Matt Hendricks, paying the price for his team.
And a high touch by Burns in the neutral zone means the face-off goes all the way into the Shark zone.
San Jose had a couple of good looks. There's Matt Hendricks sitting on the bench. He's shaken up a little bit. Thornton up to Burns. Burns with the shot. Oh, that hit him right in the crest. Just underneath the jaw. It's lucky it didn't hit him in the face. And he felt it. Yeah, I would say you take a Brent Burns snapshot into the mid-high chest. It's going to hurt. It's going to sting a bit.
I want to correct something I said earlier when I mentioned the Sharks' record trailing going into the third. It's actually 1-8-1. Off the face-off. It's over the net from Boyd Gordon, and now Matt Tennyson. With the Sharks still with plenty of power play time here. Looking to come out of their end a little more effectively than that. And now Vlasic with some skating room. Wingels takes it, turns, gives it to Matt Tennyson. He shoots and scores! Matt Tennyson scores his first National Hockey League goal!
Congratulations to Matt Tennyson, tying this up. His first NHL goal, something you'll always remember. Headman the puck by Vlasic. What a pass by Wingels, and far side just eludes Scrivens. He'd love to have that back. That man doesn't care, though. His first NHL goal. Love to see it. Matt Tennyson ties it up. One of the Sharks got the puck for him, and some smiles. Jimmy Johnson, Larry Robinson giving a pat in the back. Congratulations. Local boy gets his first NHL goal, ties this thing up. Second power play with another goal.
A product of the Junior Sharks program. Former resident of Pleasanton here in the Bay Area. And Matt Tennyson has a special moment with his first goal. Here's another look.
Vlasic coming around head up. Look at this pass by Wingels. That is perfect. And it forces Scrivens. I think that surprises Scrivens. He still should have that, but it forced him to move lateral. I don't think he thought that Wingels was going to go up the Sharks' right side. He had to come all the way over to the left, top of the crease, and then went far side on him.
Tennyson playing in only his 8th NHL game, 4th this season. 24 years of age. As we said, the first Sharks player to grow up playing for the Junior Sharks program. Here's a break. Goodrow scores! The Sharks
2 goals here in the third, and a 4-3 lead. How's that pass from Burns? And watch Goodrow fight off the check and just fire it right underneath Scrivens, and a great reaction. There's the pass. Gets the puck out in front of him. Gets his body between the opponent and the puck, and then fires it underneath Scrivens. 4-3 Sharks. 2 rookies in the third scoring for San Jose.
And they score 34 seconds apart as the goals have come in bunches here in this game. Barclay Goodrow has 2 NHL goals. He has scored both of them in this building, and both of them against Edmonton.
And how's that third line doing? They open the scoring. Shepard, Goodrow, and Melker Karlsson getting assists, and then Goodrow giving the Sharks the lead here midway through the third period.
4-3 Sharks.
The youth movement is alive and well in San Jose tonight against the Oilers, the young Oilers.
Here's Hurdle. Scrivens the save, and the rebound. Braun shoots. Blocked in front. That might have hit Hurdle. Vlasic to Pavelski. Sharks want more. Hurdle hands it off to Thornton. Back up top, Pavelski, and caught by Ben Scrivens.
Well, I'm going to have to get another look at that save by Scrivens, because Hurdle had an absolutely glorious scoring chance right on the doorstep. Pavelski coming around, a little backhand pass, and that is a great save by Scrivens. Hurdle had to retrieve the puck in his right skate, got it to his forehand, tried to go far side, and Scrivens read the play, came out to the top of crease, and made up for that previous goal that he gave up to Tennyson with a dandy save right there.
That Tennyson goal, a power play goal from Wingles and Vlasic at 8:29, and then Goodrow with his second from Burns and Dillon at 9:03. As Niemi catches the Nugent Hopkins shot, Brendan Dillon with 2 assists tonight in this game that still has at least 10 minutes and 11 seconds left, and the Sharks have bounced back in a big way here to regain the lead.
And that's got Craig McTavish and Todd Nelson talking on the Edmonton Oiler bench. They've been right beside each other all night, talking about line combinations, who they're going to throw out there, kind of almost like dissecting the game as they're going through it. They find their team trailing here by 1 halfway through the third.
Nugent Hopkins stands in against Couture, and that came right to the net. Niemi with the stop. Wingles had it and lost it. Nugent Hopkins can't catch it cleanly. Sharks back on the puck. Braun, he'll go deep for Wingles behind the net, in front. And Marleau couldn't get a shot away. Wingles again. His pass denied. Petrie, but now Marleau. Braun kicks it to his stick. Then on to Marleau's stick. He'll load up, shoot, rebound, Couture can't get it to the net. Plays it in front for Marleau, intercepted by Taylor Hall, who clears.
Well, Marleau out on the ice, and it was the hit he took that really started to change the momentum here in the third period. A bad decision by Braun, taking that penalty. The Sharks score on the ensuing power play, and they follow it up with a goal right after that, a power play influence goal, if you will.
Desjardins, and that save by Scrivens. Veneziano trying to move it at center ice for the Oilers. Does, but Scott Hannon right back to it for the Sharks. Now a steal. Arcobello loads up. And a blocker save by Niemi. Here's Tennyson now. Desjardins trying to get possession. He's got it. And his pass denied, but he still battles to work it to the point for Brent Burns. That one comes out on Burns. He's forced to play it deep.
Yeah, that puck was bobbling, but that was a good second and third effort by Andrew Desjardins. Playing right wing on the fourth line. Usually he's the centerman, but got the rookie, Chris Tierney, playing center, his natural position.
Each of the last 2 Sharks goals have been engineered with great long passes. Wingles pass to Tennyson, and Burns bullet up the middle to Goodrow.
I love the way that Goodrow went and found a soft spot. He released, got in between the 2D. And Burns with just a perfect tape-to-tape pass.
He is not shy, Brent Burns, about trying to make plays, and you saw it right there. That was a home run. Carlson now to Shepard. Back to the point. Braun shot blocked in front of Scrivens.
Sharks coming at the Oilers in waves right now.
Burns waits for the zone to clear. He'll play it in. Sharks get a change. Turtle on the far side, arriving in time. And Ferentz is able to move it for Edmonton.
Sharks 3 practices, work, structure, flow, all coming together here in the third period.
And they got one other thing going for them, and that's probably a little more in the department of legs/energy. Of course, the Oilers are on the road and played Tuesday. Sharks have been off since last Saturday. Offside here. 7:05 left in the third. The youngsters, Tennyson, and then Goodrow. And the Sharks lead again.
We are going to watch Barclay Goodrow come up towards the point. Keep your eye on Goodrow. He heads out into the neutral zone. Burns picks up the puck. We're going to stop it right here. There's an open lane right up here. That's the passing lane. Roll it. There's the perfect pass. And then Goodrow has to keep the puck in front of him to box out the defenseman. Does so, fires it off the far post and in. That is great execution by the San Jose Sharks. Rookie Barclay Goodrow. Good for him. Second goal in his career. He's sitting right beside me on the bench. I gave him a little high five. He was watching me telestrate him. That's great stuff.
Now Braun for the Sharks. He'll bang it off the boards. Up ice for Wingles. Taken back by Klefbom for the Oilers. Vlasic. And here's a break. Marleau forced wide by Klefbom. Marleau still able to get the puck to Couture, put it on net. Hall sends it back ahead, and Braun will get there for the icing call against the Oilers. 6:25 left to go in the third period. And now in this seesaw game, when earlier it was the Oilers trying to protect the lead, now it's the Sharks who want to wind that clock down here and lead with 2 points.
Well, down here in between the benches, I just want to say Perron, who's to my left, just leaned over to the Sharks bench and asked if Patty Marleau was okay. That is a classy move by David Perron, and he knows he was a recipient of a Joe Thornton hit many years ago when he was with the St. Louis Blues and out with a concussion. I really like what he just did. It was unintentional and cost his team, but he's looking out for another hockey player. Doesn't want to hit anyone in the head.
Taylor Hall, Teddy Purcell shot blocked. Sharks are out shooting Edmonton. 13-4 in the third period. Hunt, and that missed the net. Schultz sends it back to the blue line. Shot blocked by Shepard. Now Hunt again. Wide, off those backboards, and catches the back of the net. Arcobello. And now Hunt again with Pitlick screening. Schultz with the Oilers putting a push on here. Hunt loads up. That's fought off by Niemi. Schultz again. Quick pass from the corner by Hendricks blocked. And now Shepard will get it out.
Well, it took a while. Yeah, good battles in front of the net by Hannon and Tennyson, trying to allow Niemi to find and see a couple of point shots, which he did and made good saves. A little pushback from the Oilers, but some nice D-zone coverage by the San Jose Sharks.
Eberle, nice move to get around Dillon. Now down to a knee, now back up with the puck. Perron, little toe drag move against Pavelski, sends it up top. Ferentz goes across to the other side. Shot by Petrie, just missed. Perron trying to convert on the rebound. It's cleared out. Under 5 left on the game clock now here in the third. Burns. Well, he knocked Perron out of the way. Burns, trouble with the puck. Nugent Hopkins getting right on him. Here's Nugent Hopkins. Purcell through the Gold Creek.
I think Burns knew that Perron was, or Nugent Hopkins, sorry, that he was coming.
Here's Marlowe on the pass from Couture. And cleared back out to center ice. Taylor Hall in pursuit. Vlasic made a nice play there to save a breakaway for Hall. A shot from close by Purcell block. Marlowe across for Wingels. And it's Scrivens who played in. Pitlick trying to pick it up at the Sharks line. Braun, nicely done to Vlasic. And now Goodrow. That was almost trouble. Melker Karlsson now steering it to the near boards. Well, Zarcabello tried to get into the Shark zone unsuccessfully. Karlsson, a touch of the puck at center. Scrivens sets it up for the defense. And Petrie's pocket is picked by Goodrow.
Oh, good stick in the neutral zone. A nice force by Shepard. Goodrow creates the turnover. Gets a little pat on the back from Jay Woodcroft. Rightfully so as he comes off the ice.
Joe Thornton will slap it in for the Sharks.
One thing the Sharks don't want to do right now, Randy, is force anything in the neutral.
Hannon a slap shot block. Back to the corner. Thornton again for Pavelski behind the net. Under 3 left. Thornton trying to thread the needle for Pavelski. Skates in the way.
San Jose, when they get an opportunity to change here the last 5-10 minutes of the game, you want to get fresh guys out there. You don't want to get stuck out there at the end of the shift real tired.
To Tommy Wingle. He'll send it in from center ice. Purcell gets it back. Taylor Hall. And that's a good stick there by Wingels to break up that entry.
Another good shift here, effective shift from the San Jose Sharks standpoint. They don't need to do anything fancy right now with a 1-goal lead in the waning minutes of this game.
Dillon challenged by Purcell. Puck hits the linesman's skate, comes back out to Taylor Hall. And he'll throw it in deep.
Good double force in the neutral zone by Karlsson and Shepard forcing Hall, who had some speed, to dump it in.
Now a minute 50 left. Keep an eye on the Edmonton goaltender Scrivens. Meanwhile, Barclay Goodrow's backhander goes wide. Karlsson back there for the Sharks. Petrie intercepts and on to Justin Schultz.
Goodrow's feeling it tonight, just bursting through the neutral zone, gets a lane, gets the puck deep.
Saved by Niemi. Pitlick. Zarcabello trying to swing it to the goal. Scrivens is out of the net as the puck comes off the mesh. Time for our Toyota game summary. Game was tied at 1 in the second period. Logan Couture with the go-ahead goal, his 13th, but then the Oilers with 2 in a row. Pinizzotto, and then a minute 36 later, Nugent Hopkins. Oilers had the lead, but the Sharks have done all the scoring in the third. Matt Tennyson, first in his NHL career, and then Barclay Goodrow. A beautiful goal on a great pass from Burns. And that's where we stand here with a minute 21 left and a timeout on the ice to give everybody a rest here for this final push.
Well, it's interesting as I look over to the Oilers bench. It's actually GM Craig McTavish going over the play, the face-off play in the offensive zone. I'm not sure who's determining which players are on the ice, but McTavish is setting up the play. He's an ex-centerman in the NHL, won a Stanley Cup. Todd Nelson, the interim head coach, watching, listening intently. Meanwhile, Todd McClellan barking some orders at his team, getting ready.
Make sure to stay tuned for Esurance Sharks post-game live with Brody Brazil and Curtis Brown. Brett Hedican also joining in from here at SAP Center. Here we go. Oilers net empty. Off the face-off. Thornton gets it into the corner for Vlasic. Broken stick out there for Marc-Edouard Vlasic. But the Sharks clear it. And that'll give Vlasic time to get a new one. And he does.
Players are screaming to get a stick for Vlasic. Everybody's dialed in and focused right now. Coach is making sure they know which players know who they're up next. Don't want to get caught with too many men on the ice at the end of the game.
Inside a minute. Here's Perron. Back to Schultz at the point. David Perron faces the net. Eberle, Schultz, Nugent Hopkins, back in front. Eberle shot saved by Niemi, and then he stopped the rebound by Perron. Schultz up top, blocked by Wingels, out of play. Tonight's Save of the Game brought to you by RGP, consulting from the inside out.
Well, why not make the RGP save of the game one of the last saves you're going to have to make? What a save here by Niemi. He's coming across, and then he gets that right pad. See Niemi fighting to see where the puck's coming. First one just hit him, then he got over and made a good pad save on that second, on that rebound opportunity.
Nugent Hopkins buzzing around the Sharks net. He had the goal earlier in the game. And now the Sharks digging in here with 27.5 to go. Thornton wins another draw. Same way, same guy. Vlasic gets the clear. Couture overskates the puck. Now he gets it back from Pavelski, and he rips one at the empty net that's blocked by Gordon. Thornton's first to it. Against Taylor Hall, under 10 seconds to go. Fired in from center ice. Niemi directing traffic. Vlasic's got it, and the game is over. The San Jose Sharks engineer a third period comeback, and they beat the Oilers here. That's 7 in a row at home.
Well, just a good win for the San Jose Sharks. They got their legs as the game went on. They overcame a second period where they gave up 2 quick goals, and 2 young players, 2 rookies, get third period goals as the Sharks continue their home winning streak to 7 games.
There's some question as to whether or not the game's over. They're putting time back on the clock here.
All right, so the game is not over yet. Sharky's out on the ice. He's going to have to head back. We got some cameramen out here.
That usually means the game is over when Sharky's on the ice. We don't want to get Craig McTavish involved with Sharky, that's for sure.
Well, here's the deal. The game's over because the faceoff's in the defensive zone, and they put on 1.7 seconds. It was an icing call by the linesman.
After what McTavish did to Harvey the Hound back in the day, you don't want contact with S.J. Sharky.
There's Todd Nelson, the Oiler team. Again, I thought they played well. Like, if they keep playing like this and cut down on a few key mistakes, they'll start winning some hockey games.
Now, the game is over. Cue Sharky.
Sharky's on the ice, folks. That's a good sign.
Matt Tennyson, always great if you score that first NHL goal in a game that you win, and his was crucial. It's the goal that retied the game in the third period, and then Barclay Goodrow ends up with the first game-winning goal of his still brief NHL career. So a couple of the kids get it down the stretch with the help of some veterans who made great plays on those goals, Tommy Wingels and Brent Burns. The Sharks salute this crowd here on this Thursday night and skate off now with 40 points as they continue this run up the standings. Sharks now have won 8 of their last 9 games overall.